Hi, boys and girls. We're going to start a read aloud. This is going to be a time for you to just find a comfy spot at home. Maybe you want to get under a blanket, lay on your bed, snuggle with your stuffed animals. It's just going to be a calming, enjoyable read aloud time. And the book we're going to start with is called Milo Moss is Officially Unamazing. I found this book at the bookstore and thought it looked really funny. So we're going to take a look and take a listen and see what we think. And you're going to see me reading this at different places in my house. I might read it at school sometimes. So just sit back and enjoy. And it was written by, it's Milo Moss is Officially Unamazing. Is there a world record for biggest failure? And it was written by Lauren Albright. It was dedicated to Mimi. I think that might be her grandma. And in parentheses, she says, I love you so much. All right, chapter 1. Does anybody know what that is right there? Looks like the Statue of Liberty. That doesn't look good though, does it? Chapter 1. My favorite story from the Guinness World Records is about a tiny piece of land in the middle of the ocean. Somewhere close to Great Britain exists Bishop Rock. It's only the size of about 3 tennis courts, and it's known as the smallest island with a building on it. We know where Great Britain is, don't we? Because of Wind in the Willows. The story goes like this. A long time ago, ships would be drifting through the waves, open ocean as far as the crow's nest guy could see. The crews of the ships would be thinking they were in for smooth sailing as they were swabbing decks, walking planks, carving new wooden legs, and whatnot. Then, without warning, bam! They'd ram into this tiny, non-threatening, no-big-deal island, and their boat would splinter into toothpicks. It kept happening again and again until some higher up, like a queen or a king, was like, we have far too many toothpicks and not enough boats because of that silly island. We must fix this. Go forth and build a lighthouse. So they hired some dude to build that lighthouse. For 3 years, the guy and his crew worked to construct it out in the middle of the endless sea. Sunscreen wasn't even invented yet, or porta potties. Over 1,000 days later, the work was done. A 120-foot tall lighthouse stood on this itty-bitty island in the middle of the great big ocean. But before they could even have a grand opening celebration, something went wrong. A big wave came up and whoosh, washed the lighthouse away. Just like that, splash, gone. All before they even lit it up. So the guy gets to work again and designs something better. This time it takes him and his crew years and years to build. He makes sure this one is super wave-proof. Nearly 3,000 days later, that lighthouse is finished. This is the one worth noting. This one is called the King of Lighthouses, and it gets the island in Guinness. I love this story so much because I get it. All the stuff that happens before is okay because eventually it wins. The lighthouse outlasts the waves. The island gets a record. This is what gives me hope. Someday my parents and I will get a record too. And that day is today. Which is why we are currently in the car dressed as human-sized cockroaches.